Okay, so you mentioned the billion-dollar range, and then kind of the lower middle market, mainstream type SBA type deal. When I hear that as an uneducated tax expert, I go, well, wait, can't I use some of the same tax strategies that these billion-dollar companies are using, or are they too far? Is it like more advanced? Like, it seems that they have a whole team. So how does that translate down to the what we call the average owner?
Sure. So you absolutely can. When just say a large private equity firm is coming in to acquire, make an acquisition, and the target is an S corp, right? They're generally going to look to do an F reorganization. And the benefits of that are, the buyer gets to step up in basis. You get, you get to leave behind some historic tax liabilities. The successor liability impact is less than it would be as if you bought the S corp stock. So that's one example where, you can have $1 million deal and the S corp's a target, and that same strategy, would be really an excellent strategy for the buyer. And oftentimes there isn't a significant tax detriment to the seller either coming out of an F reorg. And that's something, I always like to be upfront with my clients. I give them both sides. I said, hey, this is what's best for you, but this is what the seller's advisor is going to say. So I like to give them the full view. So they go in, knowing both sides, not saying like, hey, you told me this and the seller came back and he's all upset, right? Um, so I think that's important. But the F reorg is one example. There's many more. But I do think a number of the strategies specifically on how to structure a tax efficient acquisition or a tax efficient disposition if we're helping on the sell side. I think a lot of those tactics apply at all levels of the market.